Hey everybody, Michael Snyder here, California Weather Watch. Today is March 18th, and right now we're looking at the infrared satellite imagery here. You can see all this cold air spilling out over the Gulf of Alaska and the Pacific Ocean, helping to drive this frontal system towards the state as we speak. Another stronger storm lurks back here across the Pacific, will be impacting California as we go through Monday, Tuesday. We'll take a look at those details here coming up in a moment. Looking at the current hazards, winter storm watch is in effect for much of the Sierra Nevada here. More on that here, shown by the National Weather Service graphic here. This is from Sunday, 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. Wednesday, March 22nd. You can see the forecast there. Snowfall above 5,000 feet on Sunday, 4 to 15 inches. But Monday, Wednesday, a little bit more coming there, 2 to 3 feet of snow above 5,000 feet. And of course, that's on top of everything we've got out there. We've got huge amounts on top of the structures out there. People, tough to clear off some of those rooftops of all that snow, and we're just going to add to it here as we go through the end of March, most likely. So watch out for those treacherous travel conditions across the area out there. This is looking at that significant snow, just kind of showing you where those greatest impacts should be. Again, from the National Weather Service Sacramento issued this morning. This is a conversation I had yesterday talking about some of these watersheds. They're just completely saturated. A lot of runoff is coming across the higher terrain, and you can see how it enters the danger category here and just kind of stays there. Just so much water out and about there across the higher terrain. This is really going to put some levees to the test, and this probably goes for many different watersheds across the state of California. So have that in the back of your mind. This is looking at that snow water equivalent across the higher terrain. Just incredible amounts, record snowfall, record amounts of water stored up there in the Sierra Nevada here. So it's going to be something we're going to have to watch all the way into April. Hopefully we don't warm up too fast or get another strong atmospheric river in here. Now looking at this is the surface pressure map, and it shows the frontal system coming in, precipitation starting tonight on and through tomorrow morning across the state. And then the stronger storm arrives here. You can see the low pressure center right off the Bay Area. They're trying to direct somewhat of an atmospheric river, but it looks like Southern California, where they're better able to sustain this threat of an atmospheric river. At least it's not targeting the Bay Area in Northern California right now. Southern California has been doing a little bit better precipitation wise, so they'll be able to handle that a little better. But you can see that low kind of hanging out. And again, like I said, everything is so saturated that it's not going to take much rain to cause future flooding issues here as we go on in through next week. And then you can see there's going to be more systems here as we get a cooler flow coming down out of the northwest, probably by the end of the week coming up here. We'll take a look at those systems one by one, probably starting tomorrow. Now looking at 100-meter wind speed here. So the initial frontal system here, maybe a little breezy, nothing like what we've been having across the state, but you'll notice this next system packing a little bit more of a punch. As you can see, the low pressure here potentially bringing some windy conditions for the central coastline here down through Southern California. Even kind of interesting look to that here as you go through Tuesday morning. We'll watch that system as we get closer to it and just see what kind of winds this one is going to kick up. This is looking at integrated vapor transport. This is how we measure atmospheric rivers across the state. Actually, anywhere. It's how we do it. It's based on duration and the amount of vapor transport associated with the atmospheric river. So as we go on into the next system, you can see that stronger low here, and it's steering this mainly into Southern California. So that's a good thing. We don't want this, impacting more of the state, would just exacerbate flooding conditions. But kind of drops down across Baja, Mexico there. But that's good. Southern California, let's try to keep that to a minimum. Now looking at somewhere up towards 18,000 feet, 500 millibars. Here goes the initial system there. It's a fairly weak one, but it is going to bring those precipitation amounts across central and northern California. And the stronger systems start to arrive as we go through Monday into Tuesday there. You can see the bowling ball here, the cold air moving across the region. And then we start to turn cooler here in this north and northwest flow across the state, potentially continuing to build some of that snowpack up across the higher terrain on out through the 10-plus day period there. And it looks like it just might remain active here along the west coast of North America. No rest for the weary, according to last night's 06Z GFS run shown there. So here we go, GFS 06Z, total snow, 10-to-1 ratio in inches. Put it into motion here, and as we go through early this week, you can see that snowfall continuing to build up across the higher terrain. Even Southern California could get some snowfall here as we go through the end of March. But I'll just put that into motion here towards the end of the run. We're looking way out there 2+ weeks. So it's just fantasy, but it does show the possibility for that active weather continuing across the state of California and in the form of snowfall for the higher terrain. So let's just hope we can keep those big atmospheric rivers away for the time being. This is 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook. This goes through March 27th shown here. And this is 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. Look at below average signal, just encompasses the entire state of California through the end of March. 8 to 14 day, not much difference here. Big signal here for the West Coast, and above average precipitation likely through the end of March. This is something we looked at yesterday. This goes out 3 months. This is the equatorial Pacific. You'll see Hawaii is there. There's North America. Here's Australia. South America lies out here. So we're starting this loop on December 18th. You see that cold water across the central Pacific here, and that means La Nina conditions, but you'll see how it's been waning here over the last few months. This warmer water really builds up off the coastline of South America and works its way across the equatorial Pacific, bringing us to neutral conditions, and eventually will bring us to El Nino conditions as we go through the summer on in through next year. We don't know just how strong the next El Nino is going to be, but it does look like it's on the way, and we'll just continue to watch the models here over the next few months. We have plenty of time to watch this evolve, but a pretty stark transition from this colder than normal condition across the equatorial Pacific to this warmer water really showing its face here on the coast of South America as we went through February and now on into March. So anyway, yeah, if you guys are looking for a good weather station too, click the link below. I highly recommend it. A very affordable solution. The app is great. It stores all the data for you. It's all solar powered. It basically sets itself up once you put it outside. It's very great. It's got a solar radiation sensor. It's got an ultrasonic anemometer. It's got a haptic rain gauge. So yeah, I highly recommend it. I'm an admitted weather snob. I've worked with some of the most expensive weather stations in the world, and this one is actually really good and an affordable solution that you can have in your home. And yeah, it's a really nice solution. So go ahead and click on that if you like. Make sure to click like and subscribe. Let's try to get the word out to as many people here along the West Coast. And yeah, we'll do this again tomorrow. We'll watch the systems come in. We'll try to time some of the future systems as well. So anyway, we'll do this again tomorrow, and I'll talk to you guys then.